I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but once in a while, the pre-roll ad before a video on YouTube isn't for Wix or Squarespace, but actually for another YouTube channel. It's very, very rare, but it does happen. And a few weeks ago, I saw this ad.
See you later.
Oh my God. Do not go in there. What the hell's going on here?
I'm just blowing up my kimball.
The Cohort premieres Sunday, May 13th.
I felt that I had to check it out immediately. And indeed, The Cohort is the most wonderfully, amazingly, bafflingly bad YouTube series I have ever seen. And I want to share it with you. Because The Cohort isn't bad like your typical bad YouTube video. It's bad like a Neil Breen movie, where the badness is so bizarre, so incomprehensible, that it is truly a sight to behold. Now, The Cohort does not reach the dizzying heights of so bad it's goodness that Fateful Findings does. But it does have some moments like this.
Somebody changed my Facebook status. Facebook? My Facebook? You got into my Facebook? You got into my Facebook? No.
And moments like this.
I can't believe this.
I can't believe it either. And like Neil Breen's movies, The Cohort is far too unknown. Their most popular episode barely has over 1,000 views. So I'm making this video because I want more people to see it. I want more people to gape in disbelief at some of the things that I've gaped in disbelief at. So let's take a look at the 8th and final episode of The Cohort, called Come Together, which I think contains some of the best moments of the series. Before we get started, I should probably catch you up on the plot. The series focuses on a way too large cohort of students at the fictional QPU, Quebec Province University.
That's in Canada.
In previous episodes, some members of the cohort have learned that an important document was leaked from Dean Deanden's office. The document shows that a large number of clubs and activities have been receiving funding even though their participation is so low, they shouldn't be receiving it. The document has been sent to a major donor, C. Lafortune. Remember her? She couldn't believe it?
I can't believe this.
And the investigative team now suspects these two Australian exchange students as the leakers. Episode 8 begins with the gang talking to Dean Deanden. We are treated to some audio so bad you kind of wonder how it's even possible.
What do you mean?
C. Lafortune got tipped off that something is wrong with contributions. All I wanted to do was to give some money to those unpopular activities who deserved it due to their performance. Now it's biting me in the tush.
And we also get this inexplicable change in color grading, and then they start worrying about the clubs that might get cut.
How can we save kinball?
This is so much bigger than pinball now.
Okay, kinball. A sport that we've heard mentioned in the series over a dozen times.
Kinball.
Kinball?
Kinball. Kinball. Kinball.
Kinball.
Kinball.
And have only seen being played for a total of a few seconds.
Did you guys just see that? Did you guys just miss that? What was that?
I can't believe this. Back to episode 8. The gang decides to investigate the Australians a bit further.
I like to pay a couple respects to the people that made me what I am today.
Now, you see, that is the kind of stuff you only find in the cohort. Those are two totally different locations. They went from getting something out of a vending machine to getting something out of a locker. And the people spying on them have changed as well. I guess both angles were at least shot in hallways. Could have been worse. Hi, today I'm gonna show you how to pan roast almonds in your own home. You'll wanna make sure you don't have the heat on too high. Now let's get back to that investigation. A kick me sign? This is another bizarre thing about the cohort. They've got all these elements that seem much more like high school than college. For example, a guy whose jobs include lunch lady and guidance counselor, as well as a newspaper editor who talks to the staff like slow-witted children.
This is not the right page.
And of course, the hot-tempered librarian tyrant.
This information session is over.
I don't know, the series is set in Canada, which is a fucking weird country. So maybe that's the way things are there. Anyway, after being spied on, the Australians repair to the lavatory And Aussie girl number 2 talks about how they're being spied on.
For the love of kookaburras, everybody is watching us. Don't you see it? If I saw something, I would have told you, okay? Well, I don't think I'm being very paranoid here. I think you're just not noticing it.
Wait, these 2 girls were just in the cafeteria. How did they get into the bathroom before the Aussies? And their clothes are different. Is this a different day? I can't believe this.
Well, that was interesting.
I knew those accents were fake.
So yeah, they've realized the Aussies are actually pretending to be Australian. But in some previous episodes, we've seen them maintain their fake Aussie accents even when they're in total privacy with one another.
I feel like Australian brush turkey.
I can't believe this. Back to the plan to save those at-risk activities. They decide to enlist the help of the quarterback of the football team and take out an ad in the school paper. Ah, that's way too much spinning. Way too much. Let me show you how it's done. Ta-da! Now, it may not be clear here. You're supposed to be focusing on this part, not this part. And you're definitely not supposed to notice any of these parts because it's all lorem ipsum placeholder text. God, it would have taken them like 20 minutes to write something. Could have included some gags and Easter eggs. Come support your favorite varsity team by cheering at their last ever game this semester. And don't forget to smoke weed every day, 420 LOL.
Attention! Attention, QPU! Yes, all of you!
All of you. It's like they're trying to call attention to the fact that they don't even have enough people there for a decent house party.
I have some news to share with you. The kinball team is not doing so well, so what I need from you today is to come with me to the gym and pretend like it's the most awesome thing in the world.
Pretend like it's awesome. Gee whiz, sign me up.
Okay? Can you do that for me? Yeah, awesome.
Well, yeah, I've got nothing better to do than go pretend that this sport I've never heard of is awesome, so lead the way.
So, we're gonna practice our cheer? Yeah! 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 Awesome!
Boy, it's a good thing they practiced that cheer. I can see how some people might get lost. Okay, let's try again. Ah! That was good, but we want yeah. You forgot the y at the beginning. You! Well, now we have the opposite problem. You forgot affirmative! So, back to the kinball game. They're pretty nervous. No one has shown up yet. But then... Oh, that third guy captured it perfectly. Whoa. He's like, ugh, they're paying me a fucking sandwich for this. So now, C. Lafortune is checking out these activities to see if they deserve funding. Pretty impressive crowd, you have to admit. And once C. Lafortune leaves, things get really interesting. Oh yeah, they're gonna secretly run the same crowd over to some other empty clubs and activities to convince C. Lafortune that they're actually really popular. The next stop is the Glee Club. What in the mother shit fuck is that audio? And the really bizarre thing is that in a later scene, they actually have the live audio recorded on set. Why didn't they just use that? Loop it if you have to. It would be better than this. So then, one of the phony Aussies leads C. Lafortune to the drama club before the fake crowd can get there.
Well, drama seems empty. Why is it being funded?
Ms. Lafortune, everything has been empty. This is all fake. They've been moving the same crowd around all day.
Yeah, side note, it turns out the fake Aussie girls are actually from McFinn, QPU's rival university, and they're at QPU in order to sabotage it. But why did they need to pretend to be Australian? Would a couple of new Canadian students at a Canadian school arouse too much suspicion? Welcome to the University of Canada, home of the Canadians. What country are you from? Canada. Fuck off, you saboteur! Alright, back to C. Lafortune.
It's pretty well rehearsed.
What do you mean fake, rehearsed? Oh, that's what you meant.
guys, she already saw you. The thing about hiding is you don't really get second chances. So then Ms. Phony Ozzy feels remorse for some reason and decides she's gonna try and help save these activities.
Astrid, you're Lawford Toon's kid. Maybe you can convince her.
I can't believe this. So Astrid has a heart-to-heart with her mom about how important these activities are to the people doing them, even though we've been led to believe basically no one is doing them. And then Mommy says,
let's keep these activities funded.
yay! I was so worried. That, by the way, was the climax to the 8-episode series. Then the now exposed fake Aussies leave at the end of the semester, but this one tells everyone she's decided to come back to QPU in the fall.
Maybe I'll see you guys then. Until next time.
Wow. Thus concludes our journey, our unforgettable, timeless journey with that motley group of Canadian students known only as... Well, we had some good laughs and some good cringes, didn't we? But, you know, I also want to be sort of constructive, because it's clear that the people involved in producing the cohort really put a lot of time and effort into making it. But they were up against their own inexperience, as well as the difficulties that inevitably befall any low-budget production, and they also just made some really odd choices. So in the comments, I've listed a few lessons that I think beginning video makers or filmmakers can learn from the mistakes of the cohort. If you're interested in that, go ahead and read them and maybe add some lessons of your own as well. Thanks for watching.